Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a quilt block from The Farmer's Wife, and this one is called Betty. Not Betty. I'm going to do that one, but not now. Becky is the name of this one. We are going to do Betty though, so stay tuned. So for this, I got this fat quarter bundle at Hobby Lobby recently. I don't have the little tag that came with it. I thought I'd saved it, but oh yes I did. There it is. It says loops and threads. I got it recently. You probably still be able to get it if you wanted to check it out, but I don't know. So for today I chose, well, I already cut my pieces and I'm just going to show you the pieces to show you which fabrics I chose. And I already laid it out because, well, I wanted to be prepared. So this is what our block is going to look like. So first we're going to take, I'm just going to start in on the steps here, straight to the point. We're going to take these two pieces and sew them together. And I'm going to do as much as I can in one trip to the sewing machine. But this one is kind of a building block. Sorry, let me see if I can line that up a little better. I don't have very big space, so kind of bothers me. But then we're going to sew these two together. I'm just going to pin the side I'm sewing, and then we're going to sew these two together. That way I only make one trip to the sewing machine when I have to. I'm not going to go over the size of these blocks. I'm going to write it in the description so you will have access to it, but there's so many different ones. I'm just going to write it down for you. So I'm going to sew those up and I'll be right back. All right. Cut my, eventually I'll probably get a new piece of fabric. That did used to be a piece of fabric in there, but I'm a fan of getting my money's worth. All right, so we're just going to iron these open. Really doesn't matter which way. I don't think there's going to be any seams to line up on this, so it really doesn't matter which way you iron them, whatever you want. Let me lay this back out. All right. So now we can only do one step now. We're just going to sew this together. Where are my pins? There we go. Pin it right there. I'm going to sew that down and I'll be right back. All right. Now I am going to, on this one, I'm going to iron it to the flat side, the side without the seam in it, just because it's less bulk that way. So now, I just pull these up on top. I'm going to sew these two together. Just fold it over and I will line it up, pin it just a couple times down through there. All right, I'm going to sew that up and I'll be right back. All right, this one's going together pretty quick. I did cut a couple pieces a little bit longer because see how it's fraying there? When my fabric frays, I try to cut it just a hair bigger because you never know when you're going to need some extra. And this piece was just the remainder of the strip, so I just didn't cut it down. But, I mean, that's no big deal. We're just going to pin it, and then I'll just trim it off whenever after I sew it. After I sew it, not before, because you don't want to, I mean, I would have just cut it the right size if it was bigger, but since it was so short, I just left it like that. So I'm going to sew that up and I'll be right back. All right, and again, I'm just going to go towards the side that doesn't have a seam in it. So it's coming together nicely. It sews up really quickly if you're looking for a quick project. Now I could do the rotary cutter and line it up and make sure it's even, but y'all know me. I'm not all that picky. Actually, since it's the outside, I probably will do that because it's outside of my block. If it was on that seam, I wouldn't have done it, or if it was going on that side, but whatever. All right, so now, and again, I cut this one a little bigger too because better safe than sorry. So now we're just going to fold this over. Actually, we're going to start up here, and the reason I'm doing that is because I've ironed these seams down, and if I start up here to sew, then it will go through easier. It won't try to flip that the other way. But you do whatever you want. The pattern will have the right size that you'll need when I write it in the bottom of the description. That's what it's called. So sorry. All right, I'm gonna sew that up and then I'll be right back. All right, so there you have it. I ironed it a little bit, but didn't lay flat very well here. It comes out to an 11.5-inch block. That one looks a little off. I don't know why, but it'll be all right. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you make the block. I hope you love it. Hope it turns out better than mine did right there. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.